Happy Friday, students of multimedia and video production. This is Mr. McCarthy, and if you've been paying attention, you are aware that I am not present on campus today. All right. So in my absence, I've arranged for a fabulous substitute teacher, and I have recorded this video as a tutorial for the assignment that I expect you to perform in class today and is due at the end of the period. Okay, our goal today is to explore the filters, the filter function in Photoshop, and also to work with adjustments to your images. Okay, this is a photo of my dog. His name is Packy. It's one of my two dogs, and I'm going to use this in place of my own mugshot because I just don't have one handy right now. Okay, you should have a mugshot of yourself handy on your own desktop. It's the photo that I took a couple of weeks back. If you were absent that day or you've recently transferred into the class and you do not have a mugshot of yourself, you can go ahead and take a selfie of yourself, upload it to your computer, and use that for today's assignment. Okay? Today's assignment is called FACEN 4. And if you look at the middle board in the MacLab, directions for naming the finished product and the subject line for the email that you send to me with your attached image is on the board. So please use that information. What I'm going to do right now is lead you through this assignment. So follow along, would you? Okay. So I have my mugshot open. Yes, there it is. Okay. So what I'd like is for everybody to have the same sized image, and that image should be 750 pixels by 750. This particular image is not that size. So I could try reducing the size, but because my two values are different, I won't be able to get a 750 by 750, and we are looking for a perfect square. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to start a new file, and magically those values appear. Remember, we're working with pixels, people, not inches. If you put inches in there, you're going to fail this assignment. Don't do it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click Create, and there's my perfect square. I'm going to take the image of my dog, pull it off to the side here, and using my Move tool, I'm going to pull Packy onto that image. Whoa, big size, so I am going to reduce the size. I can see how large that image is, so to get a better perspective on it, I'm going to zoom out with a Command minus. Now I'm going to do a Command T, holding my Shift key down. I'm going to pull up corner, and I'm going to pull most of that dog's face into my square. His face is a little longer and more narrow than yours, thankfully. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply. Zoom back in with a Command plus. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to divide this image into quadrants, okay? And what you're going to need is you're going to need these rulers right here. So if that is not present and the rulers extend, oops, what am I doing here? Okay. Rulers are on both sides. And the way that you get them, if they're not already present, is you go to View, Rulers, okay? As soon as you have those up, rulers do a number of things. For today's purposes, they provide guidelines for us. And the way that you get the guidelines is between this line and the top of the ruler. You go right in the middle, click, hold, you can pull a guideline out. And the cool thing about these guidelines in Photoshop CC is it will find, there it is. It snaps right to the middle part of that image. And I'm going to do the same vertically. Okay, snaps right in there. So I see 4 even segments of that original image. Okay, and that's what you're going to need. What I'm going to do now is using my layer palette. You can see that I only have one layer now. I'm going to divide this image into 4 pieces, and we're going to put them on 4 separate layers. All right, so let's do that. And if I pull from here, snaps right into place. There it is, 1/4 of my image. What I'm going to do is a Command X. It's not one of your keyboard shortcuts that you've studied, but Command X is cut. So we'll do that, Command X, and there it goes. Now I'm going to do a Command V, which is paste, as you know, and there it is, pasting it right in the middle of the image. I'm going to put it back into place. As you can see, it's its own layer now. All right. Now I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to go back to this rectangular select tool. I'm going to select over here. I'm going to try and do a Command X again, but it's not going to work. Let's see. Command X. Do not complete the cut command because the selected area is empty. Why is the selected area empty? Because I'm on the wrong layer here. So we need to go back to the layer that actually contains the area we're trying to cut. So I still have it selected. Come back to layer 1. Now if I cut, there it goes. Command V puts it back. We'll put that back into place. Oops. There it is. Come back to layer 1. Command X. Oops, no, I need to select it first. So I'm going to do it here. Command X. Command V. Move it back into place. And then I won't need to do it the 4th time because, as you can see, I've already cut the other 3 sides out. So I have a different layer on each one. A different portion of the dog's face on each one. You should be doing this with your own face. All right. Now this is what we're going to do. I'm going to start with the top left layer here. I'm going to go up to Filter, and see what happens there. Okay, don't do what I just did. So I'm going to Command Z. We don't want a smart layer. Let's keep it there. What I was trying to do is to activate this filter gallery, and to be honest with you, I don't know why it's not activated at the moment. So instead, what I'd like you to do is to simply browse through these and find out what they'll do for you. So blur is pretty straightforward, but there's a variety of different kinds of blurs. I think I'll just try a lens blur here and see what happens. Okay, and it pops up. And so I can do a number of different things. I can adjust my blur. Doesn't seem to be doing a lot here. What is that? As you can tell, I think. Oh, there we go. Maybe I'll stick with that. Okay, so I'm on a lens blur. Let's say if I keep that, there it is. Not particularly attractive. If I was actually doing this assignment, I don't think I would stick with this. But I'm pressed for time, so I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to go lens blur. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually labeling the type of effect I put on here. Okay? And then I'm going to go to my next layer, for my purposes now, top right. And so what I'd like you guys to do is to check these out. I'm going to go to extrude here and see what happens. If you're looking at this for the first time, you might not know what it is, so just go ahead and check it out. Oh, all right, that's pretty cool. I'm going to leave that. So that's extrude. So extrude a view. All right, so I'm just going to place that in. So we're labeling. I'm going to move down below the eye. Okay. So I think by now you kind of got the point of this assignment. The goal for me, for you, is to look around in here and see what's being offered. All right, so do that. Ooh, let's see what Liquify does. I have no idea why that's happening, and I don't have time to explore it now, so I'm going to move on. Okay, so filter. The other thing I'd like you to do is go in here to image adjustments, all right, and check out some of the opportunities that you have here. For instance, I'm going to go to posterize, and you can see the effect there. If I increase it, it keeps it closer to the original appearance. If I come down, all right, that's kind of got a cool cartoony look. I'm going to keep that, and I will label that. Bring that over. All right, and then my final layer is right here. Try something else here. Oops. Invert this for me. Ooh, that's a weird look. All right, so I'm basically destroying this photo. And the goal is not for you to actually destroy your own image, but to, again, explore some of the effects that Photoshop has, because for those of you in video production, next week we're getting into video. It's going to be awesome. And throughout the rest of the school year, there are going to be opportunities for you to use Photoshop and to use some of these effects to elevate the power of your own video. So I want you to be familiar with these, okay? So I'm going to do now, File, Save As, and we're going to do this as a JPEG on the board. We want to put last name, MCCARTHY is my last name, and then we're going to call it Facing 4. And we're going to change it to a JPEG. And you cannot do it here. You have to come down here, JPEG. All right, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and save it. It's going to my desktop. Ooh, looks like I have one there already from previous class. I'm going to go ahead and replace it. Okay, and I'm good. Now what you need to do is send that to me. And again, if you look at the middle board, you'll see Facing 4 should be the email subject for this particular assignment. Go ahead and send that to me. And then the last thing I just want to mention is you have the opportunity, if you haven't done so already, to, let's see, this. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, and if you recall from last class period, I gave you the opportunity to perform an animation here. This should be the first thing that you do, and then after that, the gates open, and you have the opportunity to earn up to 2 extra credit points. Big 2. And you'll get those full 2 extra credit points if you do something amazingly creative. All right? If you already created an amazingly creative assignment in the last class period, and I know some of you have, I'd like you to do it again. See if you can outdo yourself. That's the goal in life, folks, is to constantly look for opportunities to outdo your own previous performances. Go ahead and impress yourself. And while you're doing it, impress me along the way. Okay? If you finish this, go ahead and send this to me. This, in your subject line, you should put XC assignment. X stands for extra, C stands for credit. Go ahead and earn it. This is Mr. McCarthy signing off. Look forward to seeing all of you folks on Tuesday of next week. Have a good weekend. Stay safe.